am on Twitter right now because I want to be able to post. You know, I think that's
Yeah.
what I should do.
It would be nice if I was able to actually select and post this link, but I'm not because this little thing's being a bitch.
What little thing?
When you host one of these things, you get a little button at the bottom right that allows you to click and has an the event page link, YouTube page link, and a video embed link. And I click it, and it disappears immediately, so I'm unable to even select the link.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna open up my Twitter and just have that open while we do this because I can get questions in while we're talking.
Good call. We also have an email.
Oh, I got a question you can ask people, unless you want to.
Yeah, they're supposed to ask us questions, not us ask the audience.
Well, then I got a question that I'm gonna ask the people listening in that people can answer.
It'd be awesome if I could post this link for people to listen in on, but I can't because they turned the links button into a let's be a bitch button, and I can't.
All right,
select the link.
guys, we really gotta start because I don't want to get tired. All right. Right now I'm pumped. Right now I'm good.
Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can just actually get this up.
Yeah, because we're having some technical.
There's got to be a way to do this. Yes. Okay. I got it. I think. Yep. Here we go. And hit the copy button. And come over here. Hit the paste button. Okay. Okay, and
Hey, do you guys know if you do the Konami code on Twitter homepage, it makes the bird do shit?
What?
Somebody just pointed that out, and I did it, and it's like flipping around and crap. I was like, whoa, that's a weird Easter egg.
All right,
hitting the button. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
In 3, 2. Welcome to NTR Radio. I'm Tom Enforcer Anubis.
I'm K-Gods.
And I'm everyone's favorite, your friendly neighborhood lolicon, VZ Mark II.
So, what's going on?
It's been a while. It's my fault.
Actually, it was mine too, because last week I wasn't feeling too good.
It's everyone's fault but mine.
But seriously, I had relatives stop in, including my brother. I mentioned it, I think, last time that it was going to happen. And he brought his, crotch spawn and all that, And, which, he's a 7-year-old. He's a 7-year-old, and he acts like a 7-year-old. You can see how much fun that would have been.
Daddy, what's that? That's just K-Gods. Ignore him.
Yeah, no, it was more like, hey, look at this,
Ask
look at this.
for money.
Run around, knock shit over, make a mess.
Ask him to watch his cartoons with you.
No.
He has one about these girls in World War II, and they fly around, and they wear no pants.
Yeah, that would be comfortable.
I don't know. If I was 7, I'd be pumped. I'd be pumped for that.
Yeah, but would you want to watch it? Would you want to watch it with an adult?
I don't care.
No, I mean, as an adult, would you want to watch it the other way around?
Show it to someone.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
You gotta indoctrinate them early, people. All right?
Nah, this is... I'd prefer not. I'm not going to get into it, but...
I'm awful. I'm
No. I don't even mean that. You had to have been here. It was... after about 10 or so days, it got real annoying. Because he showed up early and left late. Which, Okay, let's actually talk about some important shit because that's personal crap. Nobody cares about that. I doubt anybody listening is like, oh, I'm real interested in that.
You probably just pissed off the one guy who was real interested. No, I want to hear about K-God's brother.
My brother
His
my
7-year-old
brother was
son.
in my brother was in the room the other week, and he's like, he's like, I don't mean, he's fine with my robot stuff, but he does not like my Moe stuff on the shelves because he thinks it's sexist.
Well, he can
to
go
him.
fuck himself.
Yeah, there you go. I just said it's my
I
room,
don't
it's
get
my
either.
room, it's my shit. Get out of here.
You're gonna come in
Well, he was
my
getting
room and tell me
he
what.
was getting
oh,
he was getting
oh,
CDs. He was getting CDs. So
Well, you can shut the fuck. You get a CDs and shut the fuck up.
He can go get wrecked. All right, listen. You're gonna come in my room and try and tell me, your stuff. Get out of my room. You don't need to be here.
Exactly. Let's just
Go. Do
yeah.
something productive
You know,
instead
go,
of coming in my room and bitching about my stuff that I bought.
go give a blowjob to an exhaust pipe.
all right.
But
Yeah,
but
so-
you know, lots of doings since we've been around, since we've been on.
Indeed.
We got a couple things here. One which everybody knows and has at least an opinion on, if nothing else, is that our lovely friendly neighborhood news outlet CNN has completely dropped the ball on this really stupid story they tried to tell.
Yep.
Okay.
Here tried to. Okay, so they ran a story about how Japan finally outlawed possession of child pornography.
Which you really need to drive that home. It wasn't legal there.
It wasn't legal before. Now it's even less legal.
You know, it is what you would call a technicality.
Yeah. So they ran this story about how they outlawed possession of it.
Good.
And that's good. That's great.
Fine and dandy.
Where it gets bad is their entire story was with the angle of, but this stuff, this comics and anime, this is still legal and it's kids having sex and it's.
And what did they show? And what did they show, Anubis?
They showed a copy of Doll's Fall, which is not pornographic.
It's a horror.
Yeah, they blurred out the cover.
It looks kind of like Higurashi looking by the cover.
Sort of. But the best part was they blurred the cover.
Yeah, they blurred the cover to make it look explicit when it actually was not explicit at all.
And within like an hour,
somebody girls were fully clothed.
Within an hour, somebody's, hey, I found it. you know, it's like they're.
As if nobody could find things on the modern, internet.
Like, if you would have taken 5 minutes, you could have found what you were talking about.
Exactly.
Or what they were talking about, rather. But that's not even the thing. First off, they went into Melon Books, from what I understand.
Yep.
Which, that is not your average day store. Okay. That is not your 7-Eleven equivalent, like they were making it sound.
No.
That's like a Mandarake almost.
Yes, it's
sort of.
Yes, and of course they weren't even the only ones who got on board with this. Some of the other places, like the BBC, the Guardian, and even the Daily Show.
The Daily Show, the Young Turks. Yeah.
I got Monday Matt to talk about it too. And I was kind of disappointed by this answer.
Well, in any case, it's still around for now.
Yeah.
Yep.
VC will be downloading his Comic LO.
And here's the thing, because this is my huge problem with it. Either.
P.S. Please put more salad in Comic LO. Comic LO needs more salad.
So either they were deliberately trying to represent basically anime and manga in general as all pornographic material, or they were just stupid,
or a little of both.
It seems almost probably like a little bit from A, a little bit from B.
That's what I said, or a little bit of
yeah.
just a bit of both.
It seems it's probably that. I mean, it's obviously take a cover that doesn't have a pornographic, but blur it out anyway. You know,
I
unless,
don't get. That's one.
Were they on a time limit, or couldn't they actually find something that was
maybe
explicit?
because her butt was showing, kind of, but not even. The panty shot, but yeah, but to some people, to some people that's bought real. You know, you have to like really think how these people. You know.
No, I don't.
No, that doesn't follow with me.
I'm not saying I agree with them. I'm just saying, you know.
But here's the thing: regardless of how they viewed it, they could have looked around for 5-10 more minutes and found something infinitely more explicit than that.
It's true. That was the best you could do.
It would have been fun. Now I'm thinking it would have been funny if they just took a cover of like Kitty Martin's sketch and blurred that out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been surprised at this point.
And so, like their whole thing was, oh, this stuff is still legal. Why? Because anime and manga is a multi-billion-dollar industry with political and lobbying power.
Yeah.
Like, guys, it's like, yeah, that.
They were showing
what lobbying power? It really helped them. It really helped them fight that one bill. That one Tokyo bill.
156.
I love
Bill 156 really helped them there, didn't it?
I love they had the one Asian reporter talking about like how, you know, there's people who show this to kids to tell them like, oh, it's okay to, you know, as like a.
Okay,
notice how none of this stuff is ever backed up by statistics.
No, this is purely like pulled out of their ass. It sounds like, but assuming it was, I guarantee you it's probably like one incident or something.
Also, what was it? They were showing Ken Atsumatsu, and what was that?
That was amusing.
Was that Love Hina or Negima?
That was Love Hina.
Yes,
that was
Love
Hina.
Hina.
All right, I thought it was Negima, but my bad. But still, yeah. It's like
I enjoyed his answers simply because they were kind of like, just fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I draw this stuff. What are you gonna do to me?
Yeah, his answers strike me the same way that Shinbo's did.
Yeah. It's what was it? What I was saying about being a NEET is, who cares if they're a NEET? If I didn't have this job, I'd be a NEET too.
So
yeah.
That's the big.
We need more people. We need more people to tell the Western and those Western, not the industry, but the people like the ANN people to fuck themselves, and we're never going to talk to you again because.
I honestly think they actually are kind of starting to do that.
Good.
Because there's been. Didn't you say there was numerous well, fine, we're not going to send you any more shit.
Well, I know that they were supposed to do a interview with the director for Sword Art Online, and that never. I guess because Zach poo-pooed the show. I guess that never transpired.
I wonder why those guys never got to do that interview with the Sword Art Online.
And I'm almost certain, and I'm almost like I want to be so convinced that Good Smile Company sent him that Sword Art Online Nendoroid, the one of Asuna in the cage.
That was too on point to be an accident.
Yeah. It's like I want to believe that was. Yeah. It's like, so you say bad shit about Sword Art Online? Which, by the way, I never seen the show, but whatever.
No, I don't care about the show.
No,
what I care about is how anyone expects to maintain a working relationship with industry people if they crap on the show that hard. And I'm not talking because
no, I understand.
I gotta display myself because people will get it twisted. I'm not talking about giving the show criticism. I'm talking about straight up crapping on the show.
Right. There's a way to slag something off without being a wad about it.
Yes, exactly.
And this is not that.
Any more news? Otherwise, because I wanted to get into what we were watching.
Last night I injured myself. It was pretty
good call.
So I have.
You want the fail horn again?
No, you got to wait until you hear what I did.
Yeah, my button's on it. Go ahead.
Keep your finger on the button, as the commies did.
You mean we weren't doing that either?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. Come on, stop. Anyway, the point is, last night I'm walking around, all right, and I'll go ahead and reveal something on here. I wear socks most of the time. I don't like going barefoot, probably because I used to step on like wood chips and toothpicks and shit all the time.
See, I had to learn to wear socks because I like being barefoot, but being diabetic, I have to wear socks and slippers, or at least my slippers. Otherwise, I could be pretty much a barefoot walker if I want to. But
this is not medical at all. This is purely a feel thing for me, and I'm just explaining why I think it came about. Because when I was younger, I used to just step on fucking sharp pieces of wood and stuff all the time. I had
step on a Lego.
Yeah, I'm sure I've done that, but no. Here's what you gotta hear. I stepped on this. This is probably the thing that clinched it. I stepped on this 1.5-inch like piece of wood that actually went in my foot.
Ooh.
I like from the heel in, like a splinter type thing. And I actually had to be held down and it dug out with some nasty ass like tong looking things. So you can see why.
Did you go to any medical?
Yeah, I got it checked and like cleaned and stuff, but
okay, because
but that's
actually,
that's not what happened to me last night. For once, I'm walking around barefoot. And just to drive the point home.
Bad call number one.
One of my big toe, part of my toenail, okay, is kind of peeling back, so needs to be clipped or whatever,
Mm.
All right. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it because if I don't, it's gonna catch on something. And that'll hurt like a son of a bitch. So I'm like, okay, so I go and grab it and I pull it, and as I'm pulling it, it goes down, and it takes off about 1/4 of my toenail. Blood spits out. It hurt like a son of a bitch. So. Yeah. So I'm like, damn it. It stings. So I'm hopping into the restroom, like, well, I'm not hopping. I'm just kind of like, keeping off that toe, stumbling around into the restroom. I grab a piece of toilet paper and I sop it in, cold water. I just wrap it in there and I sit there for a couple minutes until I have no feeling in my toe. Then I take it off and let it kind of get some air, and then I put a sock back on. It hurt like a son of a bitch. There was blood. There was a bloody piece of toilet paper in the trash can.
We're calling this the cringe episode.
Going elfin lead on my foot. God damn, that hurt. Anyway, that's how I got injured.
Mm-hmm.
I had good intentions. I was trying to stop myself from getting injured because I knew it was going to catch on something. I knew it would. So I'm like, I'm going to...
Bring yourself anyway.
Yes, basically. Awesome.
Can I tell everyone what I watched?
It's like the moral of the story is just let it happen. Yeah,
or yeah. That sounds really bad, Anubis. The moral of the story is just let it happen. He's not referring to.
I'm referring to just taking your personal injuries in stride without trying to mitigate them beforehand. Nothing else.
No, he's reading a Dojin right now.
Go ahead.
I think it's time we say what we've been watching. If we've been watching anything.
Of the newer stuff, you mean?
In anything. Watching anything in.
Okay. Unicorn episode 7.
Yeah, he did.
I haven't watched. I haven't watched that yet because I'm gonna rewatch all of them. I need to rewatch. I've watched 1 to 6 already, but the wait between each one's been so long I practically forgot.
Yeah, you definitely want to do that.
That's a good call.
I barely remember anything in each one.
No spoilers. It's too good to spoil.
No spoilers.
I already know.
Episode 7's amazing.
I already seen screen caps. I already know about Neo Zeon, because Bandai's been toting that giant model kit You know, that $200
That's it.
model kit.
The Neo Jeong is far from the only amazing thing in this episode of Gundam Unicorn. It's just amazing from beginning to end.
Last Sunday, I watched the Pero Teacher.
Somebody finally did see that.
Yeah, it was from a streamed source, but it still was in good quality. I think so now and apparently there's going to be 3. I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah, I watched that.
What's the verdict on that?
And it was pretty good. For hentai, I mean, I still, you know, the whole blurring thing in Japanese releases is really aggravating because you want to see this stuff, and in this case, but as far as, you know, hentai goes, it was pretty good. I thought the main girl was really cute. Male character did not actually speak at all. His whole dialogue was all text.
When you say his dialogue was all text, you mean like a monologue type of thing?
No. Like you saw what he was saying, like on screen.
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple hentai do that where there's no male voice; it just has the subtitles of what the male's saying.
Yeah. It's as if, you know, we're only going for one voice actor, or just, you know, we're only going for female voice actors.
We couldn't grab a dude from, you know, at the train station that wanted to do it.
Hey, you want to voice a hentai?
I love she had a book that said how to ecchi. You know, it had how to H. Yeah, how to ecchi.
No. As far as
do they sell that book? I'd like to buy that book.
Of course you would.
She had pretty nice. She had pretty large areolas for a loli. You know. Yeah. See the things I observe.
Listen, these are important details.
Mm. And she had a bald loli vagina, even though it was all blurred. You know,
we're all about specifics here on NTR.
And she looked pretty much very Mayo-ish. She looked very Mayo-ish.
It's attention to detail. This is important.
Yeah. Has a backpack bigger than they are.
That said, yeah, I look forward to more hentai of that nature. And of course, you know, Paradise Innocence in August, which isn't hentai proper, but it'll be pretty strong, ecchi.
So probably along the lines of like Kiss Excess or something like that.
Yeah, even more so, because the manga has nudity. The manga has, like, you know, it's like really strong H.
So I did a couple things.
I'm sorry to interrupt. One more thing. Today I was actually using the Anime Network, just to test it out. I didn't buy anything, but I did watch for free. Just for, you know, I watched the first episode of the second season of Hidamari Sketch, and the first episode of Non Buyori.
Ooh.
But I have to say, they were both standard definition, and standard definition stuff looks like crap on my TV because I got a new TV last week.
You got the baller ass TV, didn't you?
Yeah, it looks like shit on this. Like,
how big is that TV anyway?
I think it's a 36.
Yeah, if you don't know offhand, that's fine.
It's a big one. It's a Toshiba.
If it's 36, then it's bigger.
Holy
than
shit,
mine.
that might be the same one I have. I have a 37-inch Toshiba in my room.
That's probably the same one.
Toshiba right here.
Yep. I will measure it later on. All right. So what have you been watching?
I'm a little behind, but I'm still watching Captain Earth.
All right.
How's that been? Because I'm behind on that.
If you've liked it so far, I don't see no reason why you wouldn't continue to like it.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I'm only watching 2 shows this season, and they're all gonna end next week. You know, Gochi Usa and Love Live. Second season. That's it.
A lot of people have been talking about Love Live.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of Love Live talk.
And when I say Love Log, yeah, I'm getting
Love Log.
Oh,
Love Log.
I
was the dumbest.
I like Love Live, but I love Idolmaster a bit more. I'm just more more hyper into Idolmaster. I mean, I like
watch the two of them like side by side to really compare the two. Plus, I haven't finished either.
Yeah. If you're gonna observe one over the start with Idolmaster. I just but they're both yeah, you can watch both.
Yeah, they're both great.
And yeah, well, no, a lot of people have been talking about Gochi Usa also. I think if you haven't.
I've heard a lot more Love Live talk, but I've seen some pretty good Gochi Usa talk.
You saw the first episode, by the way.
I did see the first episode, and yeah, no, it's actually really good.
I know you like Rize because she has the gun.
Yeah.
And you finally identified the gun that she had.
Like,
that was Anubis's.
I had to figure that out. I've never seen a pistol that ejects from the left, and I figured out what it was. And I think that was pretty. And this is me speculating, but I think they did that deliberately for people like me who are gonna actually go into it and do some research and try and figure out exactly what gun it was.
As opposed to when me and you wanted to try to figure out the exact measurements of C2's ass.
We still need to do that. I still need to get some kind of CAD software so we can actually do that.
I like Cocoa because she's like Yui.
More anime. I saw the preview, and I'm sure everyone else did, of the new Sailor Moon.
I didn't actually.
Yeah,
Sailor Moon Crystal. It looks a lot more like the manga, which I knew.
I'm so like ho-hum about that whole thing because it's like, I mean, yes, I watched Sailor Moon in the day, but I just don't know why I can't. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'll check it out, but I'm not like. It's not like the lead up to Girls in Panzer for me, and it's not like the lead up to Apate for me. Like, I'm not pumped about it, but I'm reasonably looking forward to it.
I know it's going to be a very watched show.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But the designs, like I said, they're much more in line with the manga. But at the same time, they look too lanky to me. Which that kind of worked in like Code Geass, but I don't really, I'm not feeling it.
Toei's still animating, right?
Yeah, I believe it is still Toei.
Yeah, at least it's going to be 26 episodes, so maybe it might be something I observe, maybe, but
I believe
on the subject of the character designs, and like, I like some of the designs, but I don't like others. Like, I like Mercury, but I'm not feeling the design they had for Usagi.
Like I said, if you've seen the manga, but you haven't seen the, this preview, it's definitely more like that. But beyond that, we also got some other stuff. We got a new season of Gundam Build Fighters.
Yeah,
yes.
Feeling the pump for that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we already mentioned it's a good time to be a Gundam fan here.
Oh yeah, very good.
We got that. We got
the amazing 7th episode of Unicorn that just dropped. We got Reconquista coming up. We got
that's going to be 2 core if I'm not mistaken.
We got
Origin coming up. We got Build Fighters coming up.
So
for me, Idolmaster's Cinderella Girls.
Looking forward to that, actually.
I'm also looking forward to, just because it's KyoAni. Remember yesterday, Anubis, I showed you you didn't know about the KyoAni show coming in fall? Amagi's Brilliant Park. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna check that out for the same reason I checked out Valkyrie Romance, and that's just because I like that one uniform that girl's wearing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's KyoAni. Of course, it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna look nice.
Right, but I understand how you feel. I looked at that for the same reason. I love the kind of Victorian,
It's kind of like that. Yeah, it has that sort of with the little tassel thing.
The gold rope going around. It's amazing.
Yeah, she looks like what's her face from Chunibyo? I forget her name.
Which one? Because I know
basically bitch hair clip girl.
Shinka, Nibutani Shinka.
Yeah. Bitchy haircut girl.
Anyway, one more piece of news, and then we'll move into the second segment. Faku's becoming a publisher.
Yeah. Yes, I heard about that.
And if you take a quick stroll over there, they have basically a giant list of artists that are contributing.
They've got their list is massive.
Yeah, it's
Aoi Nagisa,
homunculus.
Homunculus.
I can't even say that without
Boshi.
Oh yeah, Boshi.
Inu.
Yes.
This list is massive.
What about any of like the Comic LO artists like
give me a name, I'll see if it's on the list, but I doubt it.
Salad.
No, I don't think Salad's on this list.
Wait, what's the one the guy that did the mansion one?
Don't know, because that's not a name. The guy that did the mansion one is not on this list.
I know
Inu Boshi.
Inu Boshi. I don't think so. No, I'm not seeing it.
Let's see. Jinrock.
UK is on this list. Jinrock is on this list. Kisaragi Gunma is on this list. So they've got a whole bunch of artists, and they're going to be publishing books by these artists.
Yeah, come on, Black Dog.
I'm hoping Lucky Bay finally gets a translated release, and I'm hoping My Favorite finally gets an official translated release, because those two are those two are my favorites.
Oh, by the way, I was talking about the Light of the Tsukimi Manor. You know, the one with the one where Pomp came from.
Oh yeah, that one. No, I don't think they have that artist here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you this, VZ, but that kind of stuff still isn't going to come here.
Pander to me! Pander!
And on that note, that's the break. Keep it right here on NTR Radio. Okay. Now we do that, and we do that, and we do that.
And I will.
You're not going to play the Showcase Showdown music?
I will be right back.
Ow, my toe, I hit it.
Ow.
Yeah. It's not bleeding, but it still hurts. I thought you would enjoy that story.
Virtua Fighter.
Games that are better than Tekken.
Infinitely better than Tekken. Better music, too. Holy crap, Yonakura Kengo is on this list.
Okay, so get the smelling salts. I think he's going down. So, I had the unfortunate experience today of getting in the middle of people watching World Cup.
Oh, no, my family was going crazy earlier.
During the Portugal thing?
The U.S.-Portugal game.
I saw some of that. And I first off, I'm going to sound like a complete jackass here, but I haven't been watching it. Gee, big surprise. But the first thing I thought was immediately, it's like, wait a minute, why are the British narrating this? I'm just sitting there, like, I'm in the other room and I'm hearing it in the background. I'm like, they're not playing. But I actually was referring to something else. Though I did see some of that. And that was a tie game, it looks like, too.
Oh, yeah. Right at the last second.
See, when I came into it, when I saw... we had just scored a point. Like, the first point. You know? And if I really cared, I would have yelled scoreboard, but... But, it's not funny when you're actually talking about sports.
I don't know. I find it's hilarious whenever someone's talking shit and there's an actual scoreboard that you can point to and see, yeah, you talk shit all you want, I'm still doing better than you are. If I'm playing Halo and someone's talking all this crap and I'm like 13 kills ahead of them, scoreboard. That's all you need to say. You don't even need to talk trash back to them. It's just scoreboard.
I don't know. Dragon Ball Z Abridged had something like that, where Mr. Popo's just like, pecking order. I love the fact that they turned him into like this deranged, psychotic, serial killer like guy. like, what possessed them to do that? I'm not saying it's not hilarious. It is, but the first rule about World Cup is you do not. The first rule of World Cup is you do not talk about World Cup.
Okay. Up. Let's do this one.
At some point, we're going to have to get the Pink Panther theme on here.
This damn chair needs to be fixed.
Was it squeaking?
No. It's got it's like a hard wood, and it's like the parts that fit together they come apart.
So it's like if you're too, so it's like you're on a bike that's not holding together.
Yeah, exactly, and it's okay as long as I put it squeeze it together.
You're not trying to do tricks on it.
See, my thing is, the chair over there that I usually sit in is squeaky as hell.
Yeah, mine's getting that way. So every time I shift my weight or something, or I move to scratch my back or anything, it's just like it sounds like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, so I got to use this wooden monstrosity here that is not very comfortable. It's like one of those metal folding chairs, but made of wood.
Ugh, yuck.
Yeah, no.
That's about as comfortable as those old-fashioned desks that you sat in and it had the thing that
sat with the desk in the front. Oh.
Yes, and they're never the right size.
Nope.
It doesn't matter how tall or big or small you are. They never work right. They're just they're either too close,
Too close, too far. They just suck or have a bunch of writing on them. Okay, ready on the second segment.
Yes, the best part about Gundam Build Fighters
is the MILF, of course.
It's getting you back into Gunpla. It's me.
Okay. You're actually not that far off on that point.
It's like, damn, I want to get back into. Of course, I'm not doing high grade. I went straight into master grade now.
I still need to move up into master grade. I might roll on down and get that master grade Jesta, but that's after Kineticon.
Ooh,
hopefully
nice.
They'll have some gameplays at Kineticon.
Yeah. That looks really good.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, second segment. Subject is school and anime. Ready in... Everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to NTR Radio. So VZ's got the topic. Go VZ.
Yes, I thought of this one. So basically the show will be about school and anime. And one of the things that got me, that why I brought this up is because, schools are a very important part of anime and, in Japanese society in general. And also, but of course we've heard over the years, the people, detractors, that's it, who are like, another show about high schoolers.
Yeah, well, I think they're missing the idea that they're not the target audience for those shows.
I think they're missing the idea that we're consuming media that's meant to appeal to a different culture, and maybe it's gonna reflect that culture's values and that culture, the demographic that they want to appeal to in that culture want to see.
That's funny because when people say, because I can't relate to them, I need characters I can relate to. Well, guess what? I don't fucking relate to Spike Spiegel. I don't fucking relate to JP. I don't fucking relate to Space Dandy at all.
I don't want to meet the guy who relates to JP. All right.
Oh, there's a lot of people who you know what type of people.
Burnouts.
Oh, I understand. Like, what kind of person relates to JP from Redline? Like, how do you relate to that person?
Oh, it's so bad. He has a switchblade comb and fucking greaser Elvis hair.
Okay, look, back up.
Isn't that
what is there to relate to? He's a dude who drives a car and has a comb and you saw people racing when he was a kid, and then I want to be a racer. It's like I had dreams when I was a kid too.
He's on the casting couch for.
Now I'm hosting an anime podcast.
What was it? 20 years.
Hang on. He's on a casting couch for like Rumblefish or some shit.
The hell is Rumblefish?
Oh, okay. How about The Outsiders? Did you not were forced to read any of those books?
No.
Wow. They fucking made us read those.
What is it?
Because they're talking about greasers and shit.
And then 20 years later, he ends up like on the couch and he has a beer belly and all that.
So he's Hank Hill?
Yeah, talking about how we won the red line one time.
Yeah. Hang
on, I gotta get this for full effect. I won the red line one time. Yeah. I won the red line.
Yeah. On Robo World.
But JP,
Johnny Boya.
Give me money. No, whatever her name is.
If I can interject here for just a minute, I don't really relate to most anime characters anyway. I don't have superpowers. I don't pilot anything.
I
wish I was Koyomi Aragi.
I think we all do.
Yeah,
I don't have.
I would have made different decisions than he did. However,
I'm sorry.
I don't have swarms of women all over me that
Unfortunately.
I'm not saying there's necessarily it's all bad or I'm just saying I can't relate.
I'd like to relate to anime characters.
If I was the guy,
do you think I wouldn't love to nuke the feds?
Yeah, that'd be great.
if I was I forgot his name. From Haganai.
I forgot his name too.
Was it Kosuke?
Paisuri the fuck out of.
No, well that wasn't it, was it?
Sort of with Kosaka, that's it.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay.
Paisuri the fuck out of Senna.
I would have made different decisions as him as well.
Of course you would. I should mention when I said feds, I did not mean the FBI.
Yeah, I know.
Just to clarify, for the people that are other people that are listening.
As long as we're being absolutely clear with what we're saying here.
Yeah, I meant as in getting rid of the naval review. with
their own nuke that they weren't supposed to have.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Why are they still calling it a naval review? I guess they haven't come up with a better term in the space concept.
So I think we should talk about some of the various things that we see in school anime.
Okay, maybe we should actually talk a little bit about what's different about school there and here, though. I mean, kind of the place.
The girls are cuter.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's right.
Also, girls, they wear ridiculously short skirts where you get to see their panties.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant more along the lines of, here school is seen as kind of something you have to do, and then it's over, and nobody gives a shit ever again. There it seems more like it makes or breaks you. Here, if you fuck up and don't go to school, or you can still be like a millionaire.
Yeah.
If you do that there, you're cleaning like garbage and shit out of the streets.
Which, by the way, I've read that Go Nagai hated school.
So did Toshi Yamada.
Yeah, well,
he actually said so.
I've heard, I've various people like mangaka and people that they hated their school experience. Which, considering that like some of the stuff that Go Nagai made, or Toshi Yamada, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
I really hope he was not Nagumo and getting his from Orotsuka Doji and getting his ass beat.
Oh yeah.
No, not Nagumo. The other guy. The one guy who kills his parents and puts their heads in the freezer.
Oh yeah. I know.
Like it just opens the top of the ice box and it's just like their heads are in there with like what the fuck.
This is what is it?
Hey, it's school. Girl, it's school related.
Oh yeah, girl that never would go out to me. Well, yeah. Well, now I'm gonna have you get raped by the teacher. Take that.
Take that. Crappy high school life.
Yeah. Okay. Boy, we jumped right into that, didn't we? Okay, but seriously, school's different. Let's just face it, here and there.
Substantially different, which is why I don't get when people say, "Oh, I don't want to relive my high school days." It's like,
exactly.
Really? Yeah, really.
Does anybody want to relive? Unless you're Al Bundy. Unless you're Al Bundy, nobody wants to relive their high school.
Well, it's not even that. Like, I'd like to meet the person whose high school days were exactly like an anime.
That's it. It's not even.
It doesn't happen.
It's not even really wanting to be in Japanese school. It's wanting to be in anime school.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Because I think we all want to have the debate that always goes like, let's do a maid cafe. No, we gotta do a haunted house. No, maid cafe. During the school festival, and they always
watch School Days. Watch School Days. You'll get a good overview of that.
That said, go to the right school here, you end up having a maid cafe, because technically not high school, but we did have a maid cafe in my college, which is the entire reason I became president of the anime club, was that particular event.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well,
listen, I have goals.
But
that was one of them was fulfilled. So, fund a maid cafe, fund the creation of aprons, and fund the creation of maid outfits with school money.
But this isn't this isn't really like a new thing, despite what some people will say. This isn't a reference to Moe, I mean, or anything like that. High school themes have been around forever in anime.
Ever.
First
Gunbuster, come on.
First real anime I saw, The Guyver. What is it? High school, you know? And I fell in love with the whole sail suit school, That is Sailor Moon. I fell in love with the
Devil Hunter Yoko.
That one didn't see the years later, but yes, I know what you're. Yeah, I know.
Just we're talking about school, so
yeah,
that's
Project Echo.
I love the fact.
Echo.
Speaking of Devil Hunter Yoko, I love the fact that her mom's trying to get her to fuck. like that has got to be one of the more bizarre. That's kind of Go Nagaiish, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, Doesn't that sound like something he would come up with?
Remember?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like,
Remember
she's like,
no, it was
she's
the
like
grandmother.
giving it.
The grandmother, because she was handing out the condoms.
No, no. It was the mom, because the grandma wanted her to be pure so she could be a hunter.
Oh yeah. But the grandmother was like, oh, if you go out, at least take these. That's it. And
Yeah. They gave this giant, like, you know how when someone opens their wallet and they have like annoyingly they have that family picture thing
It's like
that
a
rolls out.
layer of condoms.
Yes, it's that, but with rubbers.
It's like a belt-fed machine gun with condoms.
It's like, Jesus, how many men do you think she's gonna,
Like, what are they gonna? I mean, do you think they're passing her around like weed or something?
Well, it is Japanese school, so
Okay, going back. Going back to.
And if anime is true to life, then yes, girls are always having sex in school.
Yeah, the janitor.
They're always fucking their teachers, and teachers are always molesting the girls, and guys are always watching in and jacking off to girls in the locker room, and bad music plays in the background.
I think we're talking about hentai schools, not anime schools.
No, but there is a lot of blackmail though.
Oh yeah. In both hentai schools and anime.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan, by the way, of the student council president type character.
Me too. I don't.
I really tend to like the
Tsundere,
the student council president or the student class rep.
Yeah, they make such great student council president characters because it fits in with the whole the law. Fitting with the whole law and order of you shouldn't do this, that thing. But I like this guy or girl if it's Yuri,
right?
Who's total opposite my rationale, but there's still something, and it fits so well.
I just kind of like the authoritarianism.
I'll give you a recent example of that. I like SYD.
Oh yeah. That's actually a really great
I
school anime.
haven't seen
I
it.
love it. I love the jokes. That just one of the things I love, and it's not really all that different from the humor that you see in some of our animation. Is the wham joke, with the with the pops on the screen with the writing.
Yeah.
That always just makes me chuckle a bit. Even it kind of reminds me of Hard Copy, the way it. But other things. I mean, if I'm remembering right, and it has been a long time, so if somebody out there or one of you guys corrects me, that's perfectly fine. But Kimagura Orange Road, all that kind of stuff.
I haven't seen it, but I know of it. I feel like I should watch it one day. I feel like I should see it someday. Kimagure Orange Road.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know it exists.
It's a thing.
I know.
Well, school, it's a really prolific setting in anime, and you see a whole lot of genres. Either it takes place in school
how
or
you can take one setting and just but people complain, it's overused. It's overused.
Yeah, it's they complain. It's school anime, and it's school anime. That's. Okay,
you mean like Volve Rave?
School anime, like Volve Rave. What else? Gunbuster, School Days, SYD. What else? Amagami
Hitamari.
SS, Hitamari Sketch.
Full Metal Panic.
A whole ton of different genres. And they focus on the setting,
or Non Biori, where there's only 5 students. Non Biori, where there's only 5 students in the entire school.
C3 Boo.
Oh yeah, I know. Was it?
Girls in Panzer. Cool anime.
School.
Higurashi.
I
was making a. I know you can't see it, but I was making a really kind of sadistic grin when I said that.
I also seem to really like a lot of teachers in these shows because they're like the Christmas cake.
I love that characterization, especially the one that is more immature than her students do.
Like one of my favorites is Sawako Sensei from K-On!
What's her name? I can't think of her name, but from Sailor Moon there. I can't think of her name. I can see her in my head.
Yeah. I vaguely remember.
Yeah, I can't think of what they. I cannot remember her name. But she's like that. She's always like, you know, bolting for a date or something like that. You know.
Oh, there's what are some great teacher characters? Well,
there was Mom Sensei from Yu Yu Shiki.
Oh yeah. I also like just because she's so like over the top and you know she's always wearing ridiculous things. Yoshino was it
Yoshinoa
Sensei from Hidamari?
Right.
Yeah, where she like goes she always dressing and then the.
But yeah, it's like here's another school anime is Akuno Hana.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
it's good and bad. So it's like it's a whole bunch of different genres that school anime can encompass. It really works really well as a baseline setting for a lot of things.
It never bothers me. I'll say that.
No, not really.
If anything, the actual theme of the show or the unpleasant characters would do it in.
Yeah.
And not the actual setting so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Did we lose VZ? I think we did. Yeah, it looks like we did. Well, you know, technology.
Yeah.
We're living in the future, I mean, but, you know.
We're living in the future, and sometimes this stuff happens when
sometimes the future isn't all that's cracked up to be.
Yeah, sometimes the future kind of sucks.
Yeah. I mean,
in any case, I mean,
look at the Jetsons. Seriously. Like, they live up in the sky.
They live up in the sky.
Not because it's just cool, but because they can't.
There's smog.
They have to. This I hope that's not the future.
It's what's the ground look like? It's got to look like Pharaohs from Mass Effect, where there's just meters thick.
It looks like
piles of
Midgar.
Garbage just on the ground.
This looks like Shinra Inc. Midgar. You know, there's fucking like poison reactors coming out of the ground.
Poison reactors. They're reactors that make poison.
Well, there you have it. You know, shit's green. You know, like when it rains, it's green. It's not gray. Okay, going back to school.
But yeah, so it.
Hey, there were schools in Jetsons.
Yeah, there were.
There were, and they rode those absolutely baller-like things with the glass cases to them.
Oh yeah, those little glass capsule cases.
Yeah, awesome.
I always thought those looked dumb.
Yeah,
I never like the look of those things.
They're dumb, but you gotta admit it'd be fun to ride in one.
Oh yeah, it's the future.
I don't know. I'd be on board for those like pills that have a whole meal in them.
Yeah. You know what? No, I like eating too much.
Yeah. Not to sound like too much like gluttons. You know, food's pretty awesome. So. Okay, going back to school. Back to school special.
All right, back to school. So one of my favorite school anime, just because it kind of takes the setting and sort of what you'd normally expect from that setting and kind of flips it up on its head, is School Days.
Oh yeah. It's just a show I like anyway. But there is one thing about it that has a really unnerving realism, and that's the bullying.
Oh yeah.
That actually is kind of realistic in a way. I've seen that shit, you know. I'm not saying I've been involved. I'm not saying that. No. But I don't know if that's as big of a problem in Japan.
From what I've heard, bullying is a significant problem in Japanese schools. That's only from what I've heard, but I have heard some pretty nasty shit from
the worst thing I heard was it was a volleyball match, and the losing team basically the losing team got mad. That, or I'm flipping it around, but I think the losing team got mad and actually got these giant like goalposts and sodomized somebody with one.
What?
Yeah. And then just like left him there.
Not where I expected that to go.
I read it somewhere on like a legitimate news site. It was like, what the hell? Extreme sports. X Games, man. That's not what they meant.
But yeah, so though I really like how School Days just took that and really just made it into something that doesn't resemble what you'd normally expect from a show that starts like that.
Oh, certainly. I mean, the Lounge.
The Lounge. I was just about to bring up the Lounge.
Your favorite place?
It's disgusting. It's like
I love the fact that they got like this giant like projector screen where they're watching other people screwing.
Yeah, like
who does that?
The whole everything that happened with that was just disgusting and sick. Like that's exactly what makes it so great.
Oh yeah. There aren't too many shows that actively manage to piss me off.
Oh yeah.
That is one of them. I don't know. I think they really knew what they were doing because, otaku and people like us and whatnot naturally are drawn to someone like Katsura.
Oh yeah.
And I don't mean even her figure. I mean personality-wise.
Her personality, absolutely.
She's got kind of a I have to say kind of an old style. Did I really just say that? Hey, that's a different capacity. That was being
outstanding.
But she's got that Yamato Nadeshiko personality, and that's what's appealing about her.
Right, and that he's such a douchebag.
Yeah.
Like that you just want to smack him through the screen somehow.
Like he's a douche to her, and like everyone else in the school's a douche to her.
It's like, holy shit, leave her alone, man.
What was that guy's name? Taisuke?
Yeah.
Taisuke, he's thirsty. And the gaggle of bitches is like, what was that, 4 or 5?
At least
trying to always trying to get out of work by making her do it.
Right. It really wears on you, which I think was the point.
Oh yeah, the way they executed that was masterful.
Like
absolutely masterful.
Like as far as Makoto goes, he's one of those characters that you just there's nothing to like about him.
No,
not really. He's a dick.
Yeah.
I remember looking at some forums while it was airing, and some people were like, "Go Makoto, go!" And I'm like, "Really?"
Ew.
And then these same people afterwards are like getting upset that people gloat that he gloated what happened to him. Like he's a fictional character.
Yeah.
like nobody who's gloating is as actively out there, trying to kill anybody. I hope not.
Yeah, I hope so.
So yeah, that's a good one.
Another thing I like about school anime is that you get all these irregular schools.
Oh yeah,
it's a school, but it's not like in Ladies vs. Butlers, something like that.
Or let's see, well obviously Full Metal Panic. Fumofu. Like all the property damage alone makes it irregular. Yeah. remember that scene where they're like adding that shit up? It's like, he pulled a grenade out and blew off a wall. And they're just like, okay. Like completely okay with it. It's like, all right, every however long month or whatever they get this bill Just like, property damage. This is normal. You got a completely ridiculous rugby team. Gotta love that. Or, other good ones. A lot of those just general slice of life ones, like, or harem shows, Shuffle. That was, that school was a big deal there.
Yep. Amagami SS.
Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yep.
I mean, it's real important to that one.
Oh yeah.
And then there's K-On! Just more recent examples, I guess. Especially compared to like Gunbuster.
Yeah.
Even Evangelion.
Oh yeah, Ava. School was big in Ava.
Shinji gets the shit
school was
beat out
big in
of
Code Geass too.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Some of the Gundam stuff has school.
Gundam 0080.
Yes,
Real big in that.
It sort of. Or at least it showed them, like, things about schoolwork and crap. Like, it didn't stay in that realm very long, but it's referenced to me. And Valvrave, basically the school itself is like a military training facility, like, under, like, in guise, sort of.
Yeah.
Which, that's one of those things when they pulled the curtain back and you're completely unsurprised. It's just like, grand reveal. Nah, I already knew that.
Yeah.
That one's been used too many times. I already knew that was coming.
But like you've got shows like Girls in Panzer that I mentioned earlier, where the school and the surrounding environment, they're each an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, that
roaming around the world, and they get off and fight tanks. It's like, it's still a school somehow.
Right.
They really just take the concept, and they just do something with it, and it can turn out really interesting.
I think another thing is, again, demographics, because a lot of these shows are aimed at teenagers, and they're in school.
Yep.
That doesn't appeal to, like, to a lot of older people that, but to me, I've never looked at it like that.
Me neither. Also, the appeal of a lot of these shows is people want to kind of relive their school life, but in a more
enjoyable way.
Setting. Exactly. In many words.
Some people are like, no, that's the best time of your life. Wow, you don't have much to look forward to.
If high school is the best time of your life, and
that's going to be a rough couple decades, man. I've never understood that mentality unless you were like, a sports star or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And since most of us are not, to us it's just, it was a thing.
Yes, and it's just another thing.
Let's see here. Well, again, Sailor Moon, that takes place predominantly over the course of junior high and high school.
Yep. A lot of those magical girl shows are heavily school based.
Right, and I think
Sakura, Vivid Red.
Yeah, even ones that weren't exactly big, like big time, as it were, like what the hell's the name? Mabaraho, I think.
Oh, yeah, I remember Mabaraho. I still need to finish that. I don't think I will, but it's
because it kind of does like the Harry Potter almost thing going on.
Yeah, it's the whole magic school thing.
Yeah.
We saw the same kind of thing going on in Zero no Sakaima.
Oh yeah, good call. And that's interesting too, because he pops in from Japan.
Yeah, from the real world.
Yeah, and ends up in sword and sorcery type area.
Yeah, exactly.
Which certainly is not what you would think of as a typical school environment by any means. In a world where dragons exist.
Yeah, exactly.
And witches that fight over their breast sizes.
I want to go to that world.
Yeah, Tolkien doesn't really have much on that. That's completely false, by the way. I'm not. I like Tolkien. So.
Well, you got those. You got. There was one I was gonna mention, but I forgot all about it.
Well, we could talk about like some older examples of it. Again, Gunbuster. I mean, we mentioned that, but I mean, it's there. I mean,
it's definitely a school anime.
Right. Let's see. High School of the Dead, sort of, because it starts off there.
It starts off there. See, I don't know, because I'm kind of dubious about calling that a school anime, just because the whole basis is less about school, more just about giving these characters an environment to fight zombies in.
Right.
Like, it starts off in school, kinda.
Yeah, ends up on the roof and fighting things off with baseball bats and kendo sticks and shit.
Nail guns.
Oh, that was fantastic. Just freaking using the pencil as a sight. It's like,
I mean, even shows that these people like Utena. That's definitely a school anime.
Absolutely. Right. And I think a lot of it is purely based on the age of the characters in a lot of these situations. They aim for the 15 to 17-year-old character. I'm not saying audience necessarily, but character.
Right, but the character. When you're at that age of character, school is reality.
Guys.
Yo.
Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I am so sorry about that. Apparently what happened was the power strip that's upstairs, because my computer is actually, the internet is actually connected upstairs to my parents' computer.
Are you on a router?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, it's connected upstairs also, and the power strip so it took a couple minutes. My dad found another power strip, and I was just like fuming.
Oh, so the power strip died.
Yeah, and I was just
that doesn't happen too often. That's just
I was just like fuming.
Now
because
I'm scared.
I wasn't. It's like, I shouldn't take it out on my dad, but at the same time, I'm just like...
Yeah, at the same time, you're still pissed.
Yeah.
So you don't really know what to do, so...
Yeah.
That's when I wish I still had my punching bag.
Yeah. Alright, are we recording?
Anyway, AZ's back. We were talking about how one big reason a lot of this stuff takes place around schools is that
the characters are of that age.
The characters are of the age where school is a reality.
But why are they always underage?
Because they're at school.
It's like... It's because the
22-year-olds are not in high school.
I want more shows about college.
Hey, Supersonico.
Genshiken. Supersonico.
Hey, listen. In Japan, after high school, your life ends. Actually, they say, what the show Golden Time?
Yes.
If you've at least heard of it. Well, that's a phrase because college is considered like a golden time for you in Japan. Basically, it's easy. It's how it's really hard to get into college in Japan.
Yeah.
With the tests and all that. Well, But once you're there, you practically don't have to do much work. Which is, I remember hearing about Gynax, the people of Gynax.
Oh yeah. Reading that book. No, they didn't do much in college.
I just love. I think that's why I did end up liking Genshiken though, because I don't know. I think that's one of the more realistic portrayals of fans of this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, it's Anime Club, the animated series. My Anime Club loves it.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you can point out people in the club
that
people in the show and connect the dots that way.
I never seen Genshiken, but I know that there's the guy that's like the real hardcore lolicon guy.
Adarame.
Yeah,
so that would probably be me. So that would be
because he was like, it's like we all have regular porn. I don't. Yeah. That was funny.
I have trouble pinning down one character that I'm similar to because I kind of have properties of all
is
of
it
them.
wrong that
I do Gundam model kits. I'm really good at video games.
Yeah.
Is it wrong
I have Lolly.
Is it wrong to fap to that plump one in the Genshiken sequel?
I didn't really watch the sequel.
The big one. No, she's adorable. They're all adorable.
First off, if you have to ask.
They're adorable. They're great. And listen, I'm biased because I'm a fan of Fujoshi in general, but they're all great.
I love Fujoshi characters. I love Fujoshi because a lot of people hate Fujoshi. When I was like, oh, Fujoshi, it's like I love Fujoshi characters. Why?
They're exactly like us, but gender swapped.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna point out it's just the counterpart, really.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, you could say, oh, maybe they're obnoxious in real life, but but
so are otaku.
Yeah. So are otaku. That's first of all. Second of all, they're great to be around. At least the ones I know.
Yeah, same here. Most of them I've come across. But okay, let's try to shift back into the shift back to school.
Going back to school.
So what is some standout? So what would you guys say are some standout school series for you?
We were actually talking about some of those while you were out. We mentioned School Days.
Of course.
We mentioned
Glory's Lounge.
The lounge. Clean out the bin. God,
there's used tissues and all kinds of horrible stuff in there.
What show is this? What is this?
School Days. Okay, School Days. Okay. So spoilers for School Days. So if you don't want to be spoiled on School Days, tune out for the next 3 minutes. So they're doing the school festival, and one place is doing the haunted house. So they map out the whole haunted house, but they make two maps. One they're going to submit to the actual administration. The other's the real map. So the real map has this place in the back that's kind of cordoned off. It's called it depends on what translators called the break room or the rest area or whatnot. So students go back there to have sex. And they don't clean out the bin of all the used tissues. So it looks disgusting.
It's pretty foul looking.
Probably smells in there too.
Oh.
Thinking about that smell, I don't understand how they do it. I'd walk in there and it'd be the most unarousing thing ever.
Mix of rotten eggs and pheromones.
It's like you go in there. It's like, you know what? I don't feel like it anymore. Not here.
I am no longer prepared.
It's like
no more snoo.
At least clean out the bin. It's like that's the least you could do.
Okay. Now we're done with that. We were talking about Haruhi. It's real important to that.
Oh yeah.
Because of the after school clubs and just the atmosphere in general.
That's another thing that's real big in anime schools is clubs.
Right. Yeah. When I went to high school, that was not so much a thing unless you were.
Yeah, that's not an American thing.
No, because
when I went to high school, they tried to have clubs.
Yeah, but
it wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, but they were all math clubs and stuff like that.
Well, they tried to have there was a I don't know if it was just an art club, but I think there might have been an anime club that existed for 18 seconds in my high school.
As they were repeatedly replaced by, I don't know, a ping pong club.
Well, it's I don't hear about
Which
a
is
lot,
the
at
name of
least
an
at least
actual
not
show,
around
by the
me.
way. The name of an actual show, by the way, Ping Pong Club.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
But it's like at least not around me. Not as far as I've experienced. But a lot of high schools don't really have clubs per se. Like they'll have I was part of the rifle team. Well, okay, technically I was part of the rifle club, but it was a
They
sports
would
team.
have
Like, I
that
was
in the
part of the
school.
golf team as
Oh
well.
wow, they would have that in the school.
The right
Yeah, they wouldn't do that anymore.
they,
That was there.
as far as I know, my high school still has the rifle team.
Wow.
They don't shoot in the school. They go off-site to a gun club. But yeah, no, my school had a rifle team.
Wow.
So is it like skeet shooting, where you're like,
It's
full?
target shooting. Like
Yeah.
you got the rifle and you're shooting.
But
Well, actually, that's
some people-
incorrect because I
some
shoot
people
left-handed.
say, oh, you're encouraging high schools to shoot.
You're-
High schools to learn how to shoot.
You're-
Yeah, that's hey, listen. I think that's actually a really positive thing.
you're
Learn how to work a gun properly.
shoot your
Learn
friends,
learn
think they're
respect
deer.
for the weapon. It's like, but that's one thing about that's one thing about high school is at least as far as I've experienced, they don't really do the club thing. Not like
No, that's not.
not
That,
like
yeah, that's
Japanese
not
schools.
really. It's not really enforced. Me, I was pretty bad at like the whole extracurricular activities thing because I felt like I was so busy that at the end of the day I didn't want to be bothered with anything but going home and drawing and just wanting to relax. Just
There were a couple of clubs.
at trying to get that damn homework done because
There were a couple of clubs I could have went to. I mean, they're your typical. You have the math clubs and stuff, but you also have some stuff like.
math club.
Yeah, that's what you want to go. Yeah. No, thank you. We had enough of that. But seriously, they had other things like art-related ones, like if you wanted to be an architect or something like that, they would have clubs kind of in that regard, which is a little more me, I guess. But like he said, I want to go home.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I'm here all day. I want to go home.
Go home and discover this new thing I called called
The
fapping.
Go Home Club.
Oh yeah.
I discovered that well before high school. Just saying. So that would not be me. Anyway.
Yeah, it's like they've got some really cool clubs. Like they got the music club, the SOS Brigade, the C3 Boo, which I think I would have liked that club in high school. That would have been great.
I could just see you running back and going to the infirmary. I peppered someone. I'm sorry. He wasn't in the proper, he was not in proper line formation.
Do you find that there's any difference between anime that is set from high school to middle school to high,
Well, I actually did mention that while you were gone. Like Sailor Moon's an example of that. Because it starts at I can't think of the name. Well, whatever. They start off in junior high and they go up through college. They don't go to college, do they? No. No.
2-year vocationals.
Not that again.
2-year vocational.
18 years old going to a 4-year vocational college.
That is completely pulled out of my ass. Yeah.
Yuri is middle school, so is Love Lab.
Opate's middle school as well.
Right.
Yeah. Love Lab, they're learning to be sluts. Come eating sluts.
Well, some of the characters in Strike Witches would technically or would fit in that category, like Sanya or Lucchini, and
Yoshika in the beginning.
Yeah, Yoshiko was in middle school.
Vivid Red was middle school.
You will address it. You will forever address it as Vivid Butts.
Vivid
while I'm
Butts.
around.
Yeah.
But yes,
Butts.
Some of the girls in Idolmaster would be middle school.
Right.
Even though they don't focus on the school part of that show, actually.
There was that. Was it like Girls Bravo or something like that? That was around there.
I still need to see Girls Bravo.
I never seen Girls Bravo. I know of it.
I think it's I think it's the one that I mean, I know it has the filleting banana scene, which people made a big deal about, and it's like,
if anyone ever see, I think you've seen it, K-Gods. I know you haven't seen Anubis, but Manabi Straight, where they're in high school, but they look more like late elementary.
Yeah, Lucky Star does the same thing.
Yeah, it's that heavy Kuni plush style.
Yeah.
It's that really GA Getsusuka art design classes like that too.
Yeah, it is.
We were talking about we mentioned K-On! While you were gone too.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
After school tea time.
At this point, it's basically like the quintessential school anime.
It's probably one of the things you think of first, if somebody were to mention that as an idea.
The Rape Club.
No, it wasn't that.
I'm sure that has. I'm sure there's a hentai that has.
There's probably a hentai out there.
The Voyeur Club.
No, Fuda Club.
Oh, the Fuda.
The Fuda. Yeah, there you go.
The
Love
Voyeur
Fuda Club.
The Voyeur Club.
Well, I guess I'm a voyeur. I like to watch.
Well, there you go.
Well, K-On! Is voyeuristic. You know that, right?
Right. It's like looking through a keyhole.
I know dumb people know that.
Voyeuristic.
Somebody actually said that. It's like watching girls through a keyhole.
I like. Does it need to?
First off, I don't know what that's like. I don't watch people through a keyhole.
It's like, does it need to be you watching it, or can it just be these things are happening?
Only the fans make it dirty. It's not dirty itself.
It's not like you're watching it through a keyhole. No, if you had to make a comparison, you are the room.
Yeah. Okay.
Just going on.
Right. But that even that analogy bothers me. For one, I've never actually sat there looking out of a keyhole. Just
there needs to be more of.
Do keyholes even work like that anymore?
Yeah,
I'm sure I've never seen a keyhole that works like that.
Since Tom and Jerry, I don't think I've seen anything like that in a while.
You know what there needs to be more of? Shows with elementary school.
What's Alien 9?
When they're also
I was thinking like Strawberry Marshmallow.
Mitsudomoe.
Oh yeah, Mitsudomoe.
Mitsudomoe, for those who haven't seen it, is kind of like Japan's version of South Park.
Basically.
That's why you would like it's very in between Strawberry Marshmallow and Mitsudomoe. You would love Today in Class 5 too.
Right.
Yeah, you would get a kick. Remember, there's two versions. There's the OVA, and then there's the TV series, which remakes some of the story.
And he's gone again.
Yeah, awesome. But yeah,
this one is running so smoothly.
Yeah, I love it. It's like
we keep it real here. A little
live
too
radio
real.
good.
I think he's direct.
That was me. I clicked up there.
Yeah.
Clicked on. Easy, you fucktard.
Well,
yeah.
Well, high school DxD has a third season. I guess that's
imminent.
You mean second season?
No, third.
No, a third.
Oh, DxD. I was thinking High School of the Dead.
No. DxD.
No.
Yeah, DxD.
That's still not gotten the second season.
Yeah.
Much to me and Anubis' disappointment.
Yeah, I want to see Homeboy cap some more zombies in the head.
They're actually doing Anubis. They're actually doing something that I don't know the name, but it's something. It's like High School of the Dead, but with more like cute moe girl design.
That
doesn't seem like it would work.
Do they have guns?
It's a zombie survival thing. It's in Magatine Kirara, which is that the same thing that Hidamari and all those type of things are in.
Ooh.
I think that's what they said.
This is sounding really interesting, actually.
Now I'm on the other side of that. I think that's not quite something I'd be as interested in because High School of the Dead looks like its creators, have just been watching a shitload of like Quentin Tarantino movies and you know, and a lot of grindhouse movies too.
Well, here's my thing about it. Like, I hate zombie media, so this is perfect for me because like it takes zombie media and does what most zombie media doesn't, which is just put cute girls in it. From what I see, from what I understand about it, this is sounding like something that I could really get big up on because it's like, what the image is in my head is like a 4-coma comedy, zombie survival horror sort of moe show.
Just imagine all the girls in there are about as smart as they are in Milky Homes.
See, that'd be hilarious.
That would make it a Scooby-Doo episode.
Did you ever get to see Milky Homes, by the way, K-Gods?
Yes, that's how I know that.
Oh, you have seen Milky Homes.
That's how I know they're not very smart.
Yes. Yes. But don't watch past the second season. Only the first and second season.
That's what I've been told.
Yes, don't even bother with that OVA. First, second season, and that's all you ever need to see of that franchise.
I've been told they tried too hard. They start, you know, they let go of the this is dumb and we know it's dumb.
Exactly. That's exactly my sentiment. That's exactly what.
That's what I've heard. So.
Yes. But yeah, what are some other great school things?
Well, we have.
There's Kill la Kill.
Oh yeah, good call.
Oh yeah.
Takes place in a school.
Yes, it does.
Don't tell all those people who hate school anime because they'll probably love Kill la Kill, but it does take place in a school.
They're too busy bitching about the price.
Yeah, it's not even about the content anymore. Now it's just
Yeah. I don't want to pay for this thing that I want.
Then don't. You don't gotta.
Stop bitching when you don't get the show that you
don't gotta own it.
You really don't, you know. I have the dumbest smirk on my face right now because I saw you wiggling your hands like that.
I remember I read a comment that said, "I'm not gonna watch any show that Aniplex license."
Good, you don't gotta.
More for me.
It's like good, okay.
You know, I mean, I'm not made of money. I just pick and choose what I want.
Exactly, like I ain't rich, but I still.
Like put it this way, guys. Okay, I have other hobbies besides anime. I put money into.
Oh yeah, yep.
So anybody that's bitching about
carpet on this, but airsoft, real expensive.
If you're a bibliophile,
oh yeah,
buying a lot of books.
I would say the only other hobby besides anime that I put money towards. I mean, I guess I mean toys and figures is part of that, but I would say the outside of that would be like drawing stuff. So
yeah, and that can get expensive too, as I understand.
Oh, art supplies, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, hey. I mean, music, I'm not going to say it's real expensive unless you buy in bulk, like you buy tons of CDs, which I do. But you know, you buy a lot of books, which not so much now as I go to the library more, you know, for stuff, and if I like it enough, I'll buy it. But
yeah,
you know, unless it's like something that I gotta have, like it's Lovecraftian or Howardian or whatever.
Apparently, they're also doing a thing that I've been waiting for so long. Cute girls in cooking, and I hope that's like a cooking school thing.
That'd be cool. I'd watch that.
I'm gonna interject. I actually did have a cooking class, and I had to take it.
How was it? Oh,
awful. Okay, we had a home ec class that you had to take half the year, and the other half was shop.
Oh yeah, they did something similar in my middle school.
It was terrible.
I did have that in middle school, but the thing is, it was home ec, but we never got up to the part of cooking because she was pregnant and she left. And so then the rest of it became a computer class, and this was back when people were still, schools were still using the 80s computers in the 90s.
Was it like an IBM?
I think it was like a Tandy or whatever. No, I remember Tandy in early high school. But yeah, it was like that. Yeah, probably.
Those old IBM computers, yeah.
Yeah, the green screen.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it had like the green.
Oh man.
And the floppies.
Fonts and shit.
Floppy disks.
And DOS.
Remember when those were a thing? I remember when DOS was a thing.
CDOS. Yeah, CDOS run. Yeah.
Oh,
I hate that joke.
Run, DOS, run.
No. If you're gonna make a computer joke, you gotta use C : enter : pound. ASCII porn. Got to go that route if you're gonna be just a complete grown joke with computers. That's always a favorite.
Any case, we're getting up against the break. Final thought: favorite school anime. Go.
Ooh,
I'm gonna say Hidamari or K-On! For me.
Okay, since we're doing that, I'm gonna go with one that's very focused on the school, not that it just has it in it, which I think is what you mean.
Yeah.
Right? You don't mean like Evangelion or something.
School.
Like that.
Yeah, school anime. Yeah.
Okay. I gotta give it to School Days.
Yeah, I gotta give it to School Days too. I mean, any show that can get me that mad, I've got to give props to, because
You're buying that discotheque release, aren't you?
I'm buying the discotheque release.
Oh
the
yeah.
game's right down there. Oh yeah, it's got to be School Days, because they tailored that perfectly, just to make me really mad.
Seriously, read his reviews of it. They're great, because he goes episode by episode, and he's getting clearly more pissed off every episode.
You can see how I'm just getting more and more mad as I continue typing this out. It's just, the whole thing was just great.
There's a couple of real quotable quotes in there. Okay, so we're heading up to the break.
We're up against the break. Keep it right here on NTR Radio. Alright. There, and over there, and that.
Totally hit my toe again. Damn it.
Ow.
Ooh.
Um,
You got Neosporin for that?
I don't know. I was going to put a Band-Aid on it, but I don't think that would really help very much. I honestly think it's better just let it be exposed to air. It usually heals faster. At least,
yeah,
I'm speaking of personal experience here. It's not real bad. It's not bleeding anymore, thankfully.
I knew a kid in elementary that, alright, remember those big, I don't know if your school had this, but they had like these big swing doors in between the halls?
Yes.
Well, anyway, he hit his finger in those.
Oh!
And the nails must have like fell, like he had no nail for a while.
Oh, you ripped it out? Oh! That legitimately made me wince. My cousin did something like that. It was the first time I ever saw
fingers without nails.
My cousin did something like that when he was a kid. I don't know how he did it, but one of his toenails did that. Like on something. It ripped it right out. It was like, oh! It's like it reminds you of those Vietnam things they used to do, like they put things under your fingernails.
Oh, I know that's in that show.
They put bamboo under your fingernails.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like in that show. That's like in that anime Akagi, where they do that to him.
Ouch. This was just a pain episode. Lots of pain involved here.
The pain of having the thing
ouch
burn
episode.
out.
Yeah, ouch or yeah.
Ouch, cringe, and yeah, ouch, cringe, and pain.
Yeah. Well, we didn't mention the guy in the hat too.
Guy in the hat, Mark
Guy in
II.
the Hat Redux. Reloaded.
I always use
arcade
Mark
edition.
II. I always use Mark II. Like now, there's this in the show, Hana Yamata. There's the girl from America is called Hannah, and I call her Karen Mark II. Karen from Kinera Mosaic, of course.
Right.
Mark II, The Reckoning.
The Guy in the Hat, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. for those who are listening live, we actually are talking about somebody specific.
Yes.
Yes.
This goofy fuck.
Yeah.
We're not gonna mention him.
Red line viewer.
We're not gonna.
Red line. Okay.
No, not that guy.
Yeah, different guy.
That's why I said part 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why he's the guy in the hat 2. Reloaded. Special arcade, limited edition with special guest star Nick Cannon.
What?
I relate to JP.
Why Nick Cannon? What?
I relate to JP. I relate to Spike Spiegel. I want to be like those guys. I don't relate to these wimpy guys in these harems who can't choose a girl.
I don't relate to them either.
No, I was just about to say I wouldn't either.
Why do you have to relate to a character to order?
That's a whole other thing.
I don't understand that.
I don't understand the level of self-insertion people are putting into these
exactly.
shows.
You know?
I don't get that. I mean, I get that if you're playing a game. I mean, like, like a light novel or something, where that's kind of what you're supposed to do.
I could say, I wish I could hang out with the Hidamari sketch girls.
It's not like
They'd probably scream and run away from me.
And then they draw pictures of you.
Hey, can I draw pictures of you? First.
No.
So ask them, hey, can I draw pictures of you?
With clothes on.
Don't
Come
ever
on.
sexualize the Hidamaris.
No, or the precures.
The precures.
It's like on 4chan, there's like just some properties like you do not sexualize.
Yeah.
Hidamari is one of them. Nanan Biori is another one of them. Yosaboto. What's that one? And you know what I mean?
Mm.
The one from the same manga as
Right.
Yotsuba.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I've got the email up.
Nice.
Everyone ready?
Yes.
In 3, 2. Welcome back to NTR Radio. We have mail this time.
Yay.
Incoming message.
This one's coming from Drawing Girl 94.
Oh,
and
nice.
She says this. Hello, NTR Radio. This is a question that's been bothering me for some time, but since I don't have many people IRL that I can talk to about this, I figured it might be a good idea to ask here. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the case of Christopher Hanley, who was arrested on obscenity charges when he imported lolly manga from Japan back in 2009 or 2010.
Yes.
I've recently been working through my insecurities of being a lolicon, and I would like to support the creators of media I like by buying their material. So my question is, if I wanted to import lolly manga such as Mama Kemono or Kodomo no Jikan, or import eroge such as Wanko to Kurosawa, or even buy figures or Dakimakura of all the characters, would I be arrested for it? If the answer to those questions is yes, is there any other way I can support creators of lolly media without being arrested? If not, then I can say I'm greatly disappointed in this country, which I thought stood for freedom of speech. I've said this 4 million times, but I'll say it again. All I ever wanted was to enjoy my cartoons in peace, and it pains me to know how much shit one can get just for liking a certain kind of cartoon. Perhaps this may seem like a stupid reason to want to move to another country, but sometimes I wonder if living in Japan could decrease my frustration with living in a country where I could possibly be arrested over something as trivial as a cartoon. Thank you for your time, and I apologize for the long message.
Well, first off, it wasn't long. Not really.
Okay, here's my answer.
Okay, let's go round robin because this is a good question.
Yeah.
Depends on what state you're from.
I was going to mention that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The thing about America is a lot of the stuff is up to the individual states.
Yes.
And another thing about the United States in general is they call it the United States, but it really is practically 50 different countries.
Oh yeah.
I mean, some people don't like you to say that because they think we're all united.
I would say
no. There's definitely cultural
I would say
divisions
more
here.
like distinct 3, or 2 separate, and one of them is separated because one is right in the middle.
I was just going to jokingly say, what, blue states and red states?
Yeah, more or less, pretty much.
To be fair, most of the things like that the bad things that arrests have been made in red states. I'm just going to say that. It's like Texas. Somebody got in trouble for some tentacle stuff. I think Hanley, the guy we're talking in question, I think he was in Iowa.
I could look it up.
Iowa's, by the way, Iowa's the state that Right Stuff is in.
I know. I actually wrote them about that when that happened. I think, and they were like, they seemed to be like not even familiar with what I was talking about. Which,
by the way, anything that is licensed already here.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, you're 100%.
Strike witches, you're fine. All right. I really don't see a problem with figures either, unless it's like the really, 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 like there are one. I've seen some really like lewd ones that
lewd.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's right. If you like something that's licensed or anything like that you can get like in a store or anything like that.
I mean, nobody's gonna say anything about a Figma or anything.
And if somebody did, like, if you go and get Strike Witches or Upate or something, they're looking at the cover and they're giving you the evil eye, there is literally nothing they can do to you.
No.
And if they try, you can just nail them. Like, I don't mean hit them in the face. I mean, you could do that if you want, but no. I mean, if they want to take you to court, you will stomp a mud hole in their ass.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the most like anything that's like really, you know what I mean, like something like Comic-Elo. I just download that shit.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Right, like Comic-Elo, that's definitely not gonna make it over here anyway.
I would not probably chance that. I think one of our buddies does, though. Weirdly enough, doesn't Suku have physical?
I think he used to. I don't know if he has it anymore.
But before the crazy Christians burnt them in effigy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that would have been serious. If that would have been me, I'd have been pissed. More so than he was.
There would have been people getting struck.
Now,
or at least arrested simply for touching my shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't need to know what it was. It doesn't matter what it was.
But yeah, it really depends on the state, because the thing about obscenity charges is that they're basically completely arbitrary based on the community you live in.
Do you know Anubis? You've spoken to Drawing Girl before. Do you know what state she's from?
No, I don't.
I don't either. I mean, if she wants to reveal that information, okay. I mean, that's completely up to her.
Right.
But
it depends on the state.
It does.
It also kind of depends on what exactly you're importing.
Right.
Because it was like a manga or doujinshi that got Hanley in trouble.
Right.
Well, he had the guy that you know what he had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter who it was, though. The fact that he was already a collector of this stuff, so
he had laser.
A lot of the bad thing about this
stigma.
entire well, no, it's 100% arbitrary.
It really is
100% arbitrary. He had been collecting this stuff for a while before Customs decided to take a look and nail him on it.
The whole thing, in my opinion, the whole thing with Hanley is, wrong place, wrong time, wrong. It just all happened at the wrong thing, and now his life is fucked because of that.
I can't even say it's wrong place, wrong time. He just got unlucky.
Less
that he got unlucky, more that it's the way that this stuff is enforced is completely arbitrary. And it can be nothing but arbitrary, and that's the problem.
But you gotta remember, there was the thing that he was like, okay, no more looking at anime, and he clicked an ad for Gal Gaigar at the time.
I love that as a concept. We're gonna let you. You can't look at anime. Like, first off, I can't wrap my head around that at all.
I don't think anyone.
To me, they're treating it like, you know, a paroled sex offender. You can't go near a school.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It's dumb and arbitrary, and that's the whole problem.
The thing with obscenity, which I'll just go ahead and spout my opinion. You can make of it whatever you want. It's a bullshit concept to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Somebody once said, "I know it when I see it," and to me, that alone tells you how much bullshit it is.
Yeah.
Also, the whole, like, you know, you have to value it if it's art or not. You know, it's like,
the Miller test. Which by the
it goes
way,
back to why I hate art. Because it's only ever brought up when trying to exclude stuff.
Listen, salad stuff in Comic LO is art.
Salad stuff is art.
Just gonna put this out there.
Who else does lolly? That's also it's all art. I'm tired of the word art only being brought up for
highbrow
stuff. No, it's not even highbrow stuff. It's only ever brought up to say something isn't art.
You mean like when we're complaining about the things in front of colleges that are mangled aren't art?
Yeah, like that. Or when Roger Ebert wants to make the point that video games aren't art. No one ever talks about what is art. It's all, this isn't art. It's all trying to be exclusionary, and it pisses me off because it's like, let's let it be a meaningless word. Let's let everything be art.
I'll go one step further here and point out that even with the way our system is set up, as far as, like, you know, law and all that good stuff. However, and this is what I mean by if they took you to court for getting something like, you know, Dance of the Vampire, Blunder Strike, which is you could nail them, because it would still fail. I mean, it would pass that test.
Oh yeah.
It would still pass that test, even though it's still a bullshit test, really. It would still pass as an artistic, you know, thing. Now, something like Comic LO would not.
Yeah.
I'll just flat out say, if you're worried about that,
That's what I would
if you want physical copies of that, you better go get them and stay there.
You're gonna have to be really, really smart about that, and I don't know the way to be smart about it.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's dumb.
To me, the way to be smart about it is to just not get physical copies, and I know and it's awful because we can't support these people that are making art we enjoy, but
I mean,
that's the nature of this arbitrary law system in the U.S.
The only way I could see us being able to do so is if they had Kickstarters, just that were, or like not even Kickstarters, like, but just kind of like donation, like PayPal things on their, like, on a homepage or something, like that you could just give them, you know, just like support money, as it were. Somehow.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
nice concept. I mean,
that's the only way
really
I can.
No other way we can do that.
That's the only way I can see us doing this, really.
And
just right now,
Kodomo no G-Con almost came out here.
Almost.
Oh yeah, I know somebody we can
still
blame for
sitting
that.
on that license. They're still sitting on that license.
Well, no, they pulled that. You know, they even said we wouldn't be able.
No, you're misunderstanding.
They pulled the manga, but they still have the license, so no one else can take it and bring it over here. No one who has actual balls can take it and bring it over here because they're sitting on that license for no reason.
Right, and there is
it's like Harmony Gold.
Right, there is no names are going to be named, but there you can do this research on your own time. There is one specific character in the anime community that is really largely responsible for spearheading a campaign against this.
Yeah, and
his last name rhymes with douchey.
So it's like
no, it doesn't.
The answer is always more art.
But it bothers me, so it shouldn't exist, and it's enabling people to probably, you know, and like fuck that.
That's really the crux of it. It bothers me, so it shouldn't exist.
Oh,
That's
was
the
it?
entire thing. That's even the entire thing
Debate.
behind the whole obscenity law thing is like if this bothers me, so it shouldn't exist. It shouldn't be illegal.
Was it? You really need you got to have a debate with Gerald from Anime World Order because he thinks that lolicon shouldn't exist.
Well,
You know.
okay. Well, here's the thing. I live in the real world, where this stuff is art. It's harmless. It doesn't harm anyone. And
Some people like lolis.
you know what? Nobody has to be exposed to this stuff if they don't want to be.
Yeah, it's like I was mentioning. It's not like you go down the street and it's like, behind copies of guns and ammo.
In Japan, the Comicello is sold. I've seen pics of that.
Yeah, you know what? These people aren't in Japan.
I wish it was like that. I wish we lived in a world like that. But I know it's
But your timing could not be more impeccable, Drawing Girl.
Oh yeah, especially in light of this CNN article and whatnot. Perfect timing.
It really does fit right in because you are going to see more of this.
And yeah, and what gets me is that
wait for
if you look in,
the Olympics. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I'm saying as it grows closer, every year
Yeah.
you're going to see probably a story of this nature.
oh yeah, but here's the thing that really bothers me with this whole thing. Like, if you look on the ANN thread for that entire situation, we have people actively advocating for censorship. Actively advocating for censorship.
Oh, yeah, okay. I will say one thing though. At least they're actually saying that and not trying to hide, hide it behind,
Certainly, but that's troubling. That should bother each and every one of
They
you.
don't see the implications yet.
They probably think it's a slippery slope argument.
They don't see the implications because they've never had to experience the stuff they like being on the chopping block, being in the spotlight like this.
I mean, and this is hardly a new thing, okay?
No.
Let's not pretend this is even an anime thing, okay? Anytime there's something that gets put into the public eye that of a questionable nature, I mean, you can go to music, okay? For you had the PMRC, which is why we have parental advisory stickers now, by the way. And and it used to be rock bands, and then it was rap, and
Yeah. By the way, I love the title I gave my blog to about where I just said concerned white people saving.
White people.
That's my term, though. That was my term, though.
here's the thing.
That's right.
I'm certain a lot of the
Turkish for the young Turks. Sorry.
Here's the thing. I'm 100% positive that a lot of these people are the same people who, when people were outraged about video games causing violence, when Jack Thompson was still a thing, they were really against that too.
That's what I was saying.
The fact that at least one idiot, that one dick on YouTube with the YouTube video that I wrote an article about.
Oh yeah.
That was his exact argument that somehow the notion that video games don't cause violence.
Oh, Blackbuster, whatever.
Blackbuster critic or whatever. Yeah, that guy's on notice, by the way. So.
You're wrong.
I'm 100% positive that a lot of these people would have been the same people railing against people saying violence in video games. They would have been out there saying video games don't cause violence. Here's this study, and then they turn right around and try and get lolly banned because they don't like it. It's the exact same thing that just happened to video games, and now they're turning around and doing it to other people. That should anger each and every one of you people.
But they're showing kids this in Japan,
I'd like to see some sources on that.
I would 100% like to see some actual hard evidence that that's happening.
Okay, but beyond that, all right. Like I said, not the first time. Okay, music, video games, movies, books. If you want to go back even farther,
Mm-hmm.
it's there are just certain things that become hot button like situations.
Well, the
I feel
thing
like some
about
of these
the
people would just
Japan
want to
thing,
go back to burning books.
the
Let's just go back to burning books. Let's go back to that because
the Japan thing
that's
is
apparently what
also
these people want.
infuriating because they're always going on about the whole population decrease thing, and then
That's not really their concern at all.
That's not their concern. The lolly
concerned
thing
white
isn't their
people
concern.
saving the world, concerned white people wanting to save the world again.
It's like, and like, just going back to that CNN video. Am I the only person who thought the guy in that video looked like a douche who was trying to implicate they're selling this pornography in the Japanese bookstore. Like he looked like the kind of guy who would like be committed to actually like trying to expose this. You're not exposing a damn thing. All of us already know this, and the only thing you're doing is creating some bullshit hyperbolic sort of manufactured controversy about stuff nobody needs to care about.
I hope
We don't live in Japan.
I hope someone just licenses Dolls Fall now, just for the
That'd be
fun.
hilarious.
Just like, hey, look, thanks for the notoriety.
Like have like a
Now,
YouTube video of you waving it around.
No. Now the cover was it the cover? Like let's say it gets a U.S. release. Like they'll have a little sticker put on it, or let's say as seen in CNN.
As seen on CNN. I don't know. Now, to me, I thought the BBC video was even worse.
I haven't
didn't
seen the
bother
BBC.
with the BBC
I have
video.
I have not seen the BBC one. Someone
I'm already mad enough.
Because the guy's out there and he's like if only because what he says at the end, he comes out with this black bag, because that's how. Because you don't want random people to see it.
Naturally.
We have that concept here too.
And what did he?
They used to call it the brown bag.
What did he have in it? Like, did he
I don't know what it was specifically.
Oh, because I would have loved to.
But he pulls it out and he's like, "That's as far as I can actually pull this out," or whatever, But that's not the thing. The thing is, afterwards, he says, this kind of thing would be illegal in the United States and Great Britain. I'm like, well, no shit.
First of all,
what does that got to do with anything?
First of all, he's wrong. Because technically speaking, it's not illegal here.
Okay, but here's the... Okay, I understand that.
If I could, I would license those.
But the point is, he's supposed to be right. It's the news.
Kamikello,
They're
USA.
supposed to be right. It's supposed to be the facts, and now they're just putting up the stuff that nobody needs to care about. Nobody needs
news spinning a story to bend the truth.
Yeah, and, I'm not surprised, but I'm still disappointed. Every time I hear about the news spinning a story to make it look bigger than it is, I'm remarkably disappointed.
But the only people who want this stuff are creepy pedophiles. The only people who care and know are creepy pedophiles, and those people deserve scorn and whatever.
Okay, let me explain why what irked me about this specifically, though. Okay, he is wrong, by the way. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the way he said it and the implication in the way he said it, it's, first off, it's not your country. What's legal and not legal there isn't really your business. I mean, hey, you know what's legal in Great Britain but it's not in Japan? Guns.
Yep.
I mean, and see, and if somebody came over, to London and said, hey, you need to get rid of your guns.
Yeah, exactly.
They just
think how they would react to that.
They'd just be like, get out of here, you cunt. Oh, I can't do a British accent, so
it's
use your imagination.
ridiculous.
Oh, blimey. No, wait, that's Irish.
But yeah, it's like if somebody, and from what I've been told, it seems like it is in relation to the Olympics, from what I understand. Some of this is like the cracking down on unpleasant things.
They're trying to get Japan to clean up their act before the Olympics.
Listen. Oh, what was the thing? I saw was it the Lolicon figures and yeah, that was those 757 Go figure, yeah, those Sega statue things. I saw that on your tweet, Anubis.
Yeah, those yeah. It's like what? Okay, so they didn't just randomly choose Japan, right? Someone consciously chose Japan as the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what are they complaining about? You chose Japan.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got to realize these are the same people that when we were having those games over in Sochi, they turned it into a political statement. They turned it into a thing about gay rights.
I'm just sick and tired of
everything
having to turn into a political thing. C3 Boo turned into a political thing. The Olympics in Sochi turned into a politial thing.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Japan turned into a political thing.
No, I'm not saying
it's ridiculous.
I'm not saying it's wrong to have those views or anything, but
no, certainly not. But let's be real. Let's actually.
You're going to another country and then bitching at that country.
You're going to another country and expecting their culture to
bend to the will of
fall in lockstep
bend to the will with a bunch of people who are just visiting. Yeah, real.
Okay, and to show you how absurd that actually is, reverse the situation. Say they were coming to New York or Albany or somewhere on the coast or whatever, and they're bitching about foul language or something like that, or the dirty streets or whatever. Just pick your poison. Complain about alcohol intake or drunk drivers or whatever.
Complain about Broadway.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but the point is, if anything, guns, that's probably a more realistic idea.
Yeah.
Complain about anything, and our government would just say, mind your own business.
Exactly.
And I honestly wish more places would do that. It's like, oh, hey, the guy.
But you notice how it's only these reports are only from the U.S. and the UK.
Oh yeah.
They stick in their nose and everything.
No other place cares.
Well, not only that, I suppose part of that is though. One, in many cases, we can't read these other news stories from other places. But at the same time, I don't think they have an interest in it as a story.
Man.
Like you don't hear like, oh hey, the I don't know what it's called, so you don't hear the Roman Gazette,
But yeah, notice how these stories are only Japan. We don't get stories about the weird stuff that they do in Switzerland or wherever.
Well, and that brings up a good point too, because if you hold any country, and I mean any country, whatever, wherever, if you hold any of them with up to a microscope, put them under a microscope like that, you will see the same kind of things.
Yep.
It won't be that, but it'll be something.
It'll still be weird.
Right. I mean.
Like they're always showing the penis, the penis festival thing in Japan. Yeah, that's not actually a major thing in Japan. That is only like a certain area, and that's only what that actually is. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, all that is it's supposed to be like meant for protection for prostitutes from STDs. Well, like that's the origin of that, but they make it like more of it's like a major religious thing happening in Japan. No, it's not.
But you're talking to. Well, first off, Japan's considered a first world country, obviously. But,
yeah.
So that's probably where some of the interest comes from, and why we don't stick our noses in scrutiny on some pissant far away. Third world place that's poor, people here just don't care about that. It sounds harsh, but it's true. When's the last time you heard something about, I don't know, some kind of
It's interesting.
Like some Congo refugees or something.
It's interesting during
doing some weird tribal thing,
During the bubble economy of Japan in the 80s and such. Even though we were kind of interested in Japan, we really weren't looking at their pop culture.
Nope.
Now we are. No, now we are. It's like all this shit is like it's like Jesus. It's like what, this shit is new to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing. As a culture that produces things like Game of Thrones, Honey Boo Boo,
yeah,
and toddlers and tiaras and shit, we really don't have the right to bitch at anyone else about anything.
You would never get a show like those talk shows. Like you would never get a show like Steve Wilkos in Japan. No. By the way,
no.
Well, for one, who would watch it? People hardly here don't watch that shit. And the ones that do are the people you think that do.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway. Which, by the way, I remember he actually got a mail from someone from Japan, a Steve Wilkos, and he said that he found his show honorable. And I'm like thinking, but wait, aren't pedophiles considered
Japanese person?
So
aren't pedophiles considered heroes in Japan?
That's the other thing. Okay, and someone brought this up. A certain percentage of the Japanese population are pedophiles. Okay?
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Hang on here. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me finish the thought.
Yeah.
Okay, and normally it's some unreal number, like 95 or something.
Yeah.
Something that's like statistically not possible. Just purely based on even based on giving like leeway, margin of error in favor of there being more. There is no way something like that is the case.
Yeah.
Also, what where did they get that? Like, where did that come from? It had only been
they pulled it out of their ass, is what they did.
Like where's the article that states that?
First
also,
off,
how are you gonna get that statistic? Just ask random people on the street, "Are you a pedophile?"
Yeah.
Who's gonna answer that question?
You're gonna root through their psychological profile that they, or medical records.
It's like if saying a certain percentage of Japanese are pedophile, the percentage is going to be very low.
Just based upon how many worldwide there are.
Exactly. It's the same here in America. Most people are normal. We have a few who are deviant.
But here's the thing, though. Okay, and this is where it all comes together for me, or where this argument really falls apart. Is first off the argument that all this stuff is just like some niche thing in the toe jam of Japan. Well, if that's the case, that can't possibly be that much of the population.
Exactly.
Just can't. The math doesn't work like that. Numbers don't do that.
But it's taking over everything. But it's a neat, when they do that shit.
And let's also be honest. For as popular as manga and things like that are, it's still not like how do I word this?
Universal.
Well, no. Yeah. Well, even in Japan, it's still kind of its own thing, and in its own kind of, I don't want to say cordoned off, but it's there's let's just say the mass majority of people in Japan aren't watching anime.
But it's a multi-billion-dollar industry with political and lobbying power.
Well, I mean, that's a dumb argument because you can say that about anything in our country, really. That has lobbyists or a bunch of money. The
violent video game lobbyists.
Yeah, specifically the violent video game lobbyists.
The Grand Theft Auto
lobby.
The Grand Theft Auto first-person shooter. The hyper-realistic first-person shooter lobbyists.
The Rockstar Games
lobbyists.
The Infinity Ward game production lobbyists.
Yeah.
It's like I just want everyone to be real about this. I want everyone to be real, and we can't look at is another thing. We can't look at it emotionally. We have to be pragmatic about this. That's the only way it's going to work.
Well, and especially
the big problem is most of these people are looking at it emotionally. They think that something being gross is the exact same as something.
Which, by the way, I want people to know I'm not exclusively into loli.
None of us are.
Well,
but it's like.
No, it really is.
We have to be real about this.
Something being icky or unpleasant or whatever, it isn't grounds for having to be put away.
Exactly.
I mean that as in.
I don't like Braid. I don't want it to be there. I can just not play Braid.
Well, yeah, there's the old joke. Old joke, I don't like your face.
I don't know. But to go back to the question.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I don't like whiny social justice, but it's still gonna be there.
They're still there.
Until they hit their mid-20s and realize they sounded like a complete tool.
Yeah, exactly.
Tumblr arenas, I call them. Tumblr arenas. I want that to be.
As far as I know, I wouldn't risk it. At this point, definitely wouldn't risk it.
Yeah, especially since it's still a fresh thing, like that. It's probably, I don't know if people that are going through customs and stuff would be more looking out for something like that now.
Right.
But I would just not. I know that's
You're fine with Figma. You're fine with Figma and Nendoroids, by the way. You're fine with that stuff.
Yeah, that stuff isn't really. It's not really lolly to be perfect to really look at it.
I mean, I understand her concerns in the sense that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you look at it, okay, I understand her concerns because I actually did go to that A&N thread. I don't know why.
Bad call.
But I am glad I did for one reason. Because not only were the people that were calling for its banning, they were also calling for the banning of fan service and Moe with it.
Yeah.
Which tells me a lot. Which tells me...
I'm face palming in real time, okay?
It shows exactly where their head is at. They just don't want stuff they don't like to exist.
Because then they're gonna make more shows like anime's gonna be back to being art.
Anime's gonna be dead. Dead.
It's gonna be
dead. Dead.
So if I may continue,
it's like. Oh, I don't want them to make these shows that I don't like. Guess what? Those shows that you don't like, they're what's funding this entire operation. So you take away those shows, you don't get any anime at all.
That's what I was.
So you either you take the moe shows with your bullcrap, or you have no anime at all. Pick one.
Rampage.
I can't wait for Flowers of Evil to come out just because I want to see how much that sells here. All the people wanting that more like that.
Yeah, all 8 of them.
Yeah,
the only people I know that are
8 of them, and 3 of them are gonna buy it, and then they're all gonna complain about, why are they making more anime for us when they didn't buy Flowers of Evil? What else? What else did they stop talking about immediately after it finished airing? Free, Psycho-Pass, Redline.
Well, those are coming back, though.
Fucking, what was it? Kids on the Slope.
Oh, yeah. Kids on the Slope was released by Sentai also. How's that doing?
I wonder how well it did. Because I don't hear anyone talking about it anymore.
Nope.
Well, it's a whole bunch of people who... They just it's not even that they want more stuff that they like. They want less stuff that they don't like.
Actually,
it's not even that they're more stuff we like will be created. They just want to get rid of stuff they don't like.
Actually, if I'm going directly by what they said, it's kind of both. They said when they said to ban that and get rid of things that are fan service and moe-ish, they also said that that way we can get more good stuff.
Oh,
man. And that tells me that either they're a kid, and they have no real perspective on how things really work.
They have no perspective, period.
Or they're just stupid.
Hidden Mars sketch is good shit, you donkeys.
Well, they don't think so.
No, but the point is, they think...
Once they get rid of all the stuff I don't like, they'll make more good stuff.
No, they won't.
Jesus fucking dude.
Where was that from?
That was Louis C.K. Just.
It's like at the end of the day, it just comes.
I remember.
They don't want people they don't like to watch shows they don't like.
I don't know. They
grow up. Grow up.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But it doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. If these shows weren't being made, something else that's popular would be being made, and it wouldn't be that.
Yep.
Oh, remember the people complaining about build fighters?
Yep, I remember the people complaining about build fighters.
Because it's
it's a toy commercial like all of Gundam,
like Mobile Suit Gundam was.
Like all fucking cartoons from the 80s, like all cartoons from the 80s. I thought you people grew up in the 80s.
Some of these people definitely did not.
No.
You can tell by the way they think things were.
Me, I love robot shows that are like designed to make you buy shit. I love that. I eat that like fucking candy. I love that stuff where it's like, see this cool thing? Now go buy it, you consumerist whore. Go piggy, go.
Okay. So I think we've gotten our rambling out of our system. It's been a while.
Yeah.
We're all I don't want to say. I guess we're all charged up or whatever.
I'm charged up now.
Well, yeah. I mean,
this entire conversation bothers me. The fact that
we're having this conversation.
By the way,
having this conversation bothers me.
I have a question to any listeners. Okay. All right. 2 weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, I was watching Photokano, right? Rewatching Photokano, because I enjoyed that show. I'm looking for a show like that, all right? Because Photokano, to me, is very similar to Hatsukoi Limited. So, yes, I did download Kami-sama Kiss and Amigami SS, which, from the same makers as Photokano, the video game for that. Yep. But I'm looking for like that style of like ecchi show. Any listeners out there, can you recommend something like that that's in that vein? If you've seen those shows and know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay?
Send your recommendations into NTR Radio at gmail.com.
Okay, so basically, in conclusion, anything that you can get here, in and of itself is fine.
Which is funny because I heard an argument, on Toy Box. You probably know who said that. Said it was strike witches and that can't be, that's probably illegal here. And it's like, I'm thinking to myself,
he's
that's
wrong.
licensed you.
The fact that you can go to Best Buy and get it, or at least at least I've seen it there anyway, tells you that's just utterly absurd.
He's just plain incorrect.
Well, of course, do any of these people pay attention to modern anime?
No.
And they don't pay attention to anything.
Complaining that stuff isn't like they want anymore. When really it's questionable whether it was like that ever.
Ever. Yeah, I love, the people, the people about, because the Hana Yamata is Madhouse, right? Being done by Madhouse. And the people saying, oh, what happened to Madhouse, And it's like, I feel like these people, to them,
Madhouse... Do you not know anything about Madhouse?
Madhouse equals Yoshiaki Kawajiri,
Pretty much.
Right? Yeah, Ninja Scroll, Wicked City, that type of stuff.
Yeah, but they're completely ignoring their attempts to cross over into the American market with their, Marvel crossovers.
I think we all want to forget that.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad that they forgot it. I'm just saying historically, though, that did happen. It's not like
Which, by the way, the only work that guy ever gets anymore is stuff designed specifically for us.
Yep.
Because Japan would not.
And I just hope that stuff becomes successful so they can make more of it and these people can shut the hell up.
Hey, look,
I know. I just hope so because I'm tired of every so often they get an anime and then it stops airing and they stop talking about it completely and then they wonder where all the anime for them went.
Yeah, we'll see how Attack on Titan and Space Dandy do. We know. Yeah. I think Attack on Titan's going to do decently.
Titan's going to do all right because that has appeal beyond these people. That has appeal to sort of the casual anime crowd, the upper level casual anime crowd.
Okay, since we're talking about what you were talking about, rather Anubis, I should mention that last time I was in Best Buy, which I don't even remember why. I think it was to get like some little fucking USB related thing. But the point is, the place is really shrinking. It's gonna go away. But in the bargain bin, guess what was still in there?
Redline.
Yes.
How much?
I think it was like $14 or something. It was Blu-ray too.
Saving the anime industry.
Remember one of the early episodes when we were talking about it, and I said I saw it up there? Same copy.
Same copy.
It's the same copy because it has a piece of it on the corner taken off.
Saving the anime industry. Wait, saving anime in the bargain bin.
Along with 30-year-old Schwarzenegger movies.
I think that's where Flowers Evil belongs, in the bargain bin.
Well,
it'll get there soon.
If you're talking about Best Buy, probably not, because their anime section is pretty much gone anyway.
Section is
I know. I'm just saying.
Fast.
So, I think that's gonna wrap it up. I think we're all just kind of a little on edge here.
Yeah, the reason, the fact that we have to have this conversation about Lolly bothers me. It just does.
We will continue it eventually.
Oh yeah, this is absolutely a topic that needs further discussion. But the fact that it does need further discussion it bothers me deeply. The email address is ntrradio@gmail.com. The website is she'slostcontrol.net/podcast. You should check out Podcast Zero. They're the other podcast on She's Lost Control Media. You can find them at she'slostcontrol.net/podcast0. Check out VZ's stuff at vzmk2moyamekaгаtai.wordpress.com.
You can check out my Twitter account, which is all really I'm doing right now at KODS00.
Yep. Check out the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/teanubis. I'm starting to post updates on me doing this whole anime goods store thing, which is coming along pretty nicely, actually. In addition, my good friend the Geeky Panda, which I believe is youtube.com/thegeekypandablog. I will check in a second, but he and I we're gathering a team and we're trying to embarking on this project. Are you all familiar with Heroes of Cosplay?
Yes. Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. We're trying to do kind of a counterpoint to that, kind of focusing on real cosplayers and what the scene is really like.
I like that. So no, what was it? People being petty at each other for no reason other than
no reality show bullshit. No people being petty at each other for no reason. No people starting cosplay. Oh, I got like 3 days before con. I can start this elaborate cosplay. None of all that. We're being real about it. We're focusing on
nobody
real
does that, by the way. Nobody. I don't believe anybody like does their cosplay like on the fly like that. You know?
Few people do. The individuals portrayed in that show are not in any way representative of the cosplay community.
Also, was it Kansas Comic-Con, whatever?
Emerald City Comic-Con, all these conventions I've never heard of.
Oh, God knows.
Anyway, we're doing that, so keep an eye on his channel, youtube.com/thegeekypandablog. So that's where all that content's going to be posted. I'm Tom Enforcer Nubis.
I'm K-Gods.
And I'm VZ Mark II.
And even though we all become members of the Go Home Club every time we say it, this is NTR Radio.